Yes, the Christmas decorations are still up. We got a few days left on that. So Troy A, Shadowingtronics. I've restarted this quite too many times because I've often said I'm not as good a talker as I'd like to be. I'm a better writer. Um, but I know I've gotten a few subscribers on. I want to try and fix this while we're talking because I really don't want to do this again. Not very. There we go. You know, then I've gotten a few extra subscribers on YouTube. Thank you. I've gotten a bunch of subscribers on my website. Thank you. I think that's good. And I don't know what's going on in BitChute. I think I've gotten a couple of subscribers on the Clutter Reports. So those are my 4 projects, and I'm going to split this on YouTube. I'm going to put this in a bunch of different chapters. We're going to talk overview of what happened, then my plans for video content, my plans for what I want to do on BW Media Spotlight, and plans for what I want to do on the Clutter Reports. I'll go over all that, and I'll divide it so you can check out whatever section you want or don't want. It's up to you. Okay, well now who's responsible for the auto zoom? This kind of plays into some stuff that I want to do. But let me first talk about 2025. Why were we not successful in content? Well, I'm not going to go into details because it's not my story, but my dad was sick, was in the hospital for a while. He's all better now, though. I had to see too many doctors this year. I may be losing one in 2026. We'll see what the results of my next test are. It may turn out I don't have lupus. That would be something. Now I just got to deal with the Crohn's disease still being in remission and possibility of liver fibrosis. Isn't that fun? Yeah, so between him and me and just I've been tired. I've been trying to get myself into a working schedule that makes sense. Videos content fell by the wayside. I got maybe 1 or 2 videos captioned. I got 1 video that's partially captioned. I haven't uploaded anything in BitChute. My Clutter reports have been mostly quick reports. If I remember, was able to get anything out at all. My focus has been on the main project, which is BW Media Spotlight, getting articles and comics done. Now, thanks to buffer articles, I've managed to keep BW mostly active during all these medical nonsense. So I'm going to try to do, well, I'll talk about that when I get there. First, let me talk, but that's kind of why content is not been all that good in 2025. I'm certainly not where I wanted to be in 2025. I was finding just to keep active. So, what are my plans in 2026? So let's start first with the video side of things. I was hoping to have all of my backlog up on BitChute by now. And apparently I'm not the only one who hasn't gotten rid of his Christmas decorations yet. I was planning to upload my whole backlog up there because BitChute I can actually embed from on my website. My site host is kind of wary about kind of stuff you can embed. I guess it was a issue some years ago with malware being put in through embeds or something. So they put some serious restrictions. BitChute I can technically upload, but the videos won't go full screen from my webpage. You'd have to go to BitChute to see it that way. Other services out there will not embed at all. Odyssey wouldn't embed. Rumble, which came out recently, that doesn't embed. And again, I was still considering putting stuff up on Rumble because it seems to be the biggest YouTube alternative right now. And YouTube is something of a pain at times. But I still want to take and get videos captioned. The problem with doing captions on YouTube is auto captioning doesn't work very well. It doesn't get grammar right. It'll miss words. Sometimes it'll hear words wrong. So I got to go in and manually fix it. So it's not just a point of let YouTube auto caption it and go along with my day. I actually have to go through and edit those captions before I let them go live. So fixing that is a priority there. As far as video content, once I get everything all situated, and I have some video ideas. My regular video reviews that I was doing, kind of hit the snag of they weren't very analytical. A lot of times, they had a problem where right. This is why I've had to do this multiple times. I'm not doing it again. Now I just lost my train of thought. With video reviews, okay. With video reviews, I've had trouble being analytical, so it's mostly just been a summary with the occasional bad joke. That's not very interesting. There's so much better stuff out there right now. I have some other video ideas, and I want to, once I get to a point where I'm creating videos again, and I want to get there this year because I didn't get there last year. Once that's done, what I want to do is do like a pilot season, like try each of the different video ideas, let you guys decide through watch time and thumbs up and thumbs down. Is this something I should pursue, or is this something I should forget about? Is this a good way to analyze stories? And maybe try and fix my problems with the regular video reviews and get those analytical, more analytical like they should be. Still have the comedy and stuff, the bad comedy. YouTube, because the internet loves bad comedy for some reason. But that's kind of something I need to work on. So I'm going to do the various pilots, and of course, those will also go up to BitChute, and I look to see what goes on there. And if I do decide to put something on Rumble, and check that out too. But I do want to make more video content. That is still a goal. So those of you who have just become subscribers to YouTube, BitChute I've like almost completely forgotten about because I've been going through my YouTube backlog, and so that's the only reason I remember YouTube. A lot of my focus is on writing my articles. For example, here at BW Media Spotlight. So what I want to do here, basically, it's just a point of trying to create buffer articles. So this way, if I have to take a day off, or if I want to take a week off, I post maybe you lose the daily comic reviews, but you'll get the various. You'll still get an article, a feature article a day, maybe a video, because I do videos by other people, and hopefully those are interesting to my readers. These are thoughts that I kind of agree with. I don't really have anything to write about, but it's still kind of interesting, so I share that. On Saturdays, I do an article link to an article I think is interesting that I have no major comments on, and then Saturday Night Showcase is where I showcase just regular storytelling videos. Thanks to what YouTube has been doing, I've been able to post like being named stuff, but I'd like to try to do some more fan and independent work on there. I can post a few of those in the daily videos, because those tend to be short. But for Saturday Night Showcase, I like to have some serious long form storytelling. So I want to try and get some more fan stuff in there, but I still also want to get some big name stuff. Like been able to post episodes of Doctor Who that's been on YouTube officially. When it comes to the big name shows, I use official sources. But really, on BW, I want to be able to make. It's more a point of making content consistently, and I've learned some tricks to do that. So I want to try and start utilizing that. So in 2026, if I take time off, you won't know it, or unless I tell you. We'll see how well that turns out. I've only got a couple buffers in there right now. Plus, on Mondays, I do my chapter by chapter book review. Right now, I'm doing the adaptation of Doctor Who: The Rescue. And then on Fridays, I'm going through the failed pitch for CBS's for a Transformers cartoon on CBS Saturday morning. Once I'm done with that, that's going to be another space open to discuss other things. So basically, that, and I'll let you start doing some more comic content as well, maybe some more prose stuff, and actually do some actual storytelling on there myself. So mostly it's just getting stuff out on time. Once I get start getting stuff on time at BW Media Spotlight, then I can start looking about how to then do fit in time to make videos. Let me go back over here a minute. I just thought of something else I should say about this. I do want to make video game content, but I'm still trying to find a way to run Batman Vengeance on Windows 10 or record it on the XP laptop, gaming laptop, and then be able to start bringing all those games that years ago I had people vote on. I want to be able to start doing those Let's Plays and examining those stories that way and get myself to play games, just like chapter by chapter, which get me to read books again. I may make that a separate channel, and then of course everything will be posted here to the Spotlight. I am still not doing this the way I want to, but I'm not doing this. I'm not running it. I'm not loading this again. I've hit start and stop too many times. Clutter reports. So, new declutter checklist. I did not succeed at everything I wanted to do in 2025. My focus last year, this was a different problem than what I've had with the other stuff. This was a case of I wanted to focus on the smaller projects this year, so that's why there were more quick reports. I tried to and in videos where I was looking at various declutter methods. And in turn, I just never had time to really do any reviews. Even with the book report, the book that I was doing for chapter by chapter on BW was very, very long. It took me kind of almost a year to get it done, which surprised me. But luckily the book I'm doing now is shorter, and the next two books are going to be shorter. I don't know when I'm going to do my last Op Center book. Review that. Probably not for a while, because A, I didn't enjoy reading the Op Center novels, and two, I just go from A to 2. Not hit. So the other thing is that it was just a very long book, and the next one is going to be 2, probably. So, I want to try to make buffers here as well. I'm going to use the reviews to make buffers. Anything that I'm not planning to sell on the Clutter for Sale page, will be used as a buffer to review, and whenever I don't use, and whenever I'm going to sell, will be an immediate article. And then I'll still be talking about the various projects that I'm doing. Like I said, next week I will have a new declutter checklist. Some of the stuff left over from the 24-25 checklist didn't get done, and some other things that I'd like to do. So there'll be an article. About that next week. Right now I'm just doing this just to get myself making some kind of video content again, to let the people on YouTube and BitChute know not forgotten them, and to let the rest of you know what's going on as well. So that's it. That's my update. Sorry if there's audio problems because I get this weird thing where I'm getting an echo here, but I'm not seeing it in my test recordings. Um, Sorry, this is kind of this off the cuff, but it didn't seem like something to make a full article on. Another thing that I'd like to do on the video side. See, I should have at least done an outline or something. Another thing I want to do on the video side is I'd like to start streaming because I'd like to start making contact with people. And I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do a reaction channel or anything, but just a chance to catch up with people and talk about things. There's nobody in my family, none of my friends think about storytelling the same way I do. So if I can, one of the reasons to do this site was to find people who discuss stories like I do. And I don't know why I think the lack of comments on my articles and videos ordinarily are going to translate to people watching a live stream and having these discussions, but I just think it might be fun to try. So part of the reason this is screwing up is I'm trying to learn OBS. So we'll see how that goes. I might do a series of test streams to see what I find interesting, to learn how to use OBS, and then continue on to how do I learn other software. Just something that might be fun. It's going to kill my algorithm, but let's face it, I don't know how most of you guys found me in the first place. YouTube's not exactly the biggest friend to me right now these days. But yeah, that's my reports. That's what I hope to do. And sorry this video is lame, but they all were, and I'm tired of hitting record all the time. From now on, things are going to have more scripts, or I'm going to have somebody else to talk to, or I'll hopefully be in better shape. Hope you all had a better 2025 than I did. Hopefully 2026 I can be where I was hoping to be in 2025, and we can get all this figured out. So don't give up on me yet. I'm still working on this, figuring this out. I'll get there eventually. And with that, I'll put us out of both of our miseries and say goodbye.